am that dude, so pippin' what's crackin'. General on deck, so salute me, Captain. Never mind the hottest on the radio, suckin' case the numbers on the beat. I'm a bad mother. I rock the mics when I step on stage. Still that nigga, leave the crowd in the daze. Best look at me, I can tell they amazed. The ones that cannot do me are the ones that hate. I move the crowd like someone sprayed mace. Put me on blast, I'm heading straight to your face like what? I thought so. You don't know I spit that hard geometry, that's why I'm beast mode.
YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, it's your boy, Mr.2000. Good morning. Man, I have to tell y'all something. I have a confession to make. But first, let me set it up for y'all. I wasn't going to make a video today. I was just going to chill, eat my macaroni and cheese with sausage in it. Yes, it's yummy. Look at it, yummy. And I wasn't going to make it. I just got to work. Then, you know, I'm in a forum, and something was brought to my attention. And, you know, actually it's been on my mind for the last year or so. So here's my confession. Everybody has a guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure, I love Power Rangers. Yeah, I love Power Rangers. From Mighty Morphin all the way to Super Samurai, yes, I love Power Rangers. I'm starting to get into Super Sentai. And I love Super Sentai even more than Power Rangers. But I love Power Rangers. Oh my God, I remember the first time I ever watched it. I ain't gonna lie, when I first watched it when I was a kid, I thought it was corny. You know, but actually that's not even the first time I watched it. I actually saw Sentai before I saw Power Rangers because my grandfather, rest his soul, Marion Shields Sr., he used to get his friends from like Korea to send him VHS tapes of Japanese television and, you know, Korean television, and they would play the Sentai. And my grandpa could understand fluent Korean, so he would actually watch them with me and translate what was going on. So like Five Men and Goggle 5, I think that's what they're called. I'm sorry, I don't know the names. I'm still learning Sentai. But here's where my problem lies. The current season is MEGAFORCE and Super MEGAFORCE, which is supposed to be the greatest season ever, because this is a season where all the Rangers are supposed to come back and they're supposed to fight and they're supposed to have this big war. When they first put the first trailer out at Ranger Con or whatever it was, this basically killed everything. The trailer just gave high expectations for this season. And basically, they have flopped. Now, before MEGAFORCE and Super MEGAFORCE, the worst season was Operation Overdrive. Now, that was because they did a lot of things different. It wasn't worse as in the worst. It was worse as in if you had to pick a horrible season. It was, everybody pretty much said Operation Overdrive. I liked Operation Overdrive. It was different. It had a more of a Indiana Jones, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego feel to it, and the theme song was kind of corny, but I liked it. You know what I'm saying? I liked it a lot. The team up really didn't make sense to me, but I still liked it, because the Sentai equivalent to Operation Overdrive, that team up was basically all 6 Rangers. So, I mean, I wish they would have just stuck with that. But anyway, MEGAFORCE and Super MEGAFORCE, it tanked so bad. I mean, oh my God. I mean, I watched for MEGAFORCE. Now, here's the thing with Power Rangers, the last two series of Power Rangers, Samurai, Super Samurai, MEGAFORCE, Super MEGAFORCE. So I didn't like the first season of Samurai, but I loved the Super Samurai. Oh my God, that was a huge improvement, you know. And I didn't like Samurai, the first season of Samurai, because I think I got in on it late, and you know, so of course I didn't really get to enjoy it like I wanted to enjoy it. But when Super Samurai came out, oh, I was in love, homie. I was hooked. I watched every season. In fact, I'm probably gonna start the whole Samurai season and Super Samurai season this weekend so I can enjoy it. But with MEGAFORCE, basically, if you watch one season of Power Rangers, you watch them all. For some reason, there has to be 5 teenagers, some seasons 3, that come together and they have to, you know, get these powers. They morph, they get their Zords, blah, blah, blah. Then comes the 6th person, or in some cases the fifth and the fourth one, fourth and fifth one, excuse me, or in Mystic Force cases like 4, 5, 6, and whatever Claire it was, I don't know. But basically, you get the core Rangers, then you get the special Ranger. Like with Mighty Morphin, you had the 5 Rangers, then you had the Green Ranger. Green Ranger lost his powers, and then you got the White Ranger. No, you got the Green Ranger lost his powers, they recharged, then he lost his powers for good, then he came back as the White Ranger. But anyway, go watch this on Netflix. But Megaforce was different. Because the first season of Megaforce, they had 5 core Rangers, then they had a Robo Knight. Yeah, he was a robot. Okay, that's fine. Turbo had the Blue Centurion. There was the not Shadow Ranger, but the Phantom Ranger. So I'm with the robot. The robots are fine. Not to mention Operation Overdrive, the Red Ranger was a robot until the power of the Corona turned him into a boy. But by the way, this is all freestyle. I was going to write it down, but I feel like the only way I was going to be able to get this out is for me to purely get it out. Basically, Megaforce lacks, and Super Megaforce lacks in concept, acting. It was rushed. It was so much crap that was wrong with Megaforce. It was crazy. Now, I didn't really get into, I can't even really remember Megaforce. Now, Super Megaforce, I can kind of remember. Basically, with Megaforce, they thought they beat the guy, but then the Armada comes, and basically, they have to get new power. So, basically, Megaforce is the Angel Sensei. Basically, these are angels. They can fly, and which we rarely saw any of that in the first part of that season. But then, the second one is Goki. I think it's Goki. I said that right. I'm not sure. I'll put the caption down there. Was that Sensei, the Pirate Sensei? Okay. Now, you watch the Sensei equivalent. It's awesome. Like the Red Ranger's real cocky and he's real like you whoop their ass. And the thing special about the Sensei equivalent of Super Megaforce is that they're morphers. They can use any power of any past Ranger. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You can turn any Ranger of your color equivalent, or even cross colors, because they did the all black one, all green one, all pink one, and so on and so on. So it was awesome, right? So basically, now we know anytime now Saban gets it, or Disney in some season cases, and they have to change it because one, Sensei is pretty violent, so I can understand that. And sometimes the storyline doesn't make sense, with what they change, so they have to kind of doctor it up. Okay, that's fine, I understand. Now, this isn't the first time they've combined seasons. In Mighty Morphin, they did that, because basically with Mighty Morphin, they had the Zhu Ranger Sensei series, and it was like, okay, we ran out of footage. Then they had the people from Sensei actually do new footage, and then once that got boring, they were like, okay, we need something else. So they started combining I can't think of the name right now. I'm sorry. I really shouldn't be doing this freestyle, but they started combining another season, but they kept the Mighty Morphin uniforms, but the Zords were from a whole different Sensei. And then they did it again with the third season with the Ninja Range, with the Ninja Zords and the Shogun Zords, but they eventually had to bring in the Alien Rangers because they ran so short on footage. So now we got these Rangers that have these new powers, but they have the same Sensei footage, which that's actually the Sensei, because in all honesty, if I'm not mistaken, in the Sensei equivalent to Power Rangers Season 3, the Shogun Megazord came first, and then the Ninja Zord came second. But, anyway, so, but after that, they pretty much started doing it where it was standalone. Zeo, Turbo, and Space, so on and so on and so on. Everything, but with Megaforce, they combined the two, and it was horrible. Completely horrible. Because basically they didn't give because, face it, with shifting powers in Sensei, that means they're going to reach back for the old powers, even before Zoo Ranger. So they're reaching back for these old powers, and they're calling them Blitz and Prism and Supersonic and stuff like that. Only problem is we didn't have a Blitz Rangers, we didn't have a Supersonic Rangers, we didn't have a Prism Rangers. Okay, that problem can be solved with backstory. Okay, they didn't give us no fucking backstory. It's just, you have these special new abilities. Okay, maybe that would have worked in the 90s before we had a thing called YouTube, where we can watch all that shit, but that shit doesn't fly now, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of ruined the season. Not to mention, Saban was being cheap. Basically, the epic war, the legendary war, brings back all the Rangers. Every single Ranger. And when they did the trailer, you watch the trailer, look up the trailer. The trailer has every Sensei. Basically, from the legendary war on the Sensei, which is the Pirate Rangers and the Angel Rangers, their movie. Because Sensei does a lot of crossovers and collaboration movies. Saban doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? They're too cheap. They just want to sell toys and give us some bullshit. But, so, basically, they combined the two. They did a collaboration in the Sensei one, excuse me. And basically, that's when they had the Legendary War. Like, it was basically the 11 Rangers, and I think Robo Knight. No, it was just the 11 Rangers. And they had to team up, and they had to fight against all these old Rangers, and they beat them, and they got the keys back. The Ranger spirits came up. They gave them a bunch of Megazords, which is the most epic Megazord battle I've ever seen in life, because every single Megazord are mechs in the Sensei came. So you got to see, you saw the Shogun Megazord, you saw the RPM Megazord, you saw everyone, you saw all of them, man. You even saw some of the old Sensei one, which made you want to go back and look up the old Sensei. So that was great. What do they do here? They get probably, and this is no offense to these Rangers, because I like Time Force, I like Galaxy, I like Space, I like all those seasons. They're cool, but you basically get the most unimportant Rangers, with the exception of Tommy. And Tommy, this is like Tommy's what, third or fourth time coming back. Okay, I like Jason David Frank. You know, everybody wanted to be the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, blah blah blah. Everybody wanted to be Tommy, but come on, bro. I mean, after Dino Thunder, I mean, I can see him coming back, from Forever Red. But honestly, after Dino Thunder, I mean, granted, he could have came back for the war, but I would have loved. I think really, here's what I feel like they should have did. And this is, I know everybody's gonna have their own opinion, but this is how they should have did it. Megaforce and Super Megaforce was basically like a special. I think it's like 22 seasons of Power Rangers, if I'm not mistaken. And basically, what I would have did was in Megaforce. Let's say, okay, Megaforce, the Armada's coming and they're going to destroy the Earth. Okay, first off, I feel like David Yost should have been the mentor. If you don't know who David Yost is, he was the original Blue Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. He was smart. This dude was fixing Zords and shit. And he basically, last episode, he went to go live on an alien Rangers planet, and he was never heard from again. Which actuality, he quit the show because they were making fun of him, because back then it wasn't cool to be gay. But anyway, David Yost would have been the mentor, and the Armada. This is the war. So we can't just get brand new teenagers. No, what I would have did was I would have got the 5 most significant Rangers, which actually I would have probably let the fans vote. Vote for a Red Ranger, find out what Rangers want to be in it. Like, go send everybody invitations, say, look, if you want to be on it, send this back. But the fans are going to vote. So whoever gets the most votes, they're going to be in the scene. So I would have had, the White Ranger, the green and black one, because the green and black Rangers, they kind of, basically the same Ranger. The Blue Ranger, and so on and so on, had the 5 core Rangers, had them come back. So let's say it was, I ain't gonna even say because I know people gonna get mad. Why'd you pick them? So they get the 5 core Rangers come back. They work with the Ghosty Knight, which he probably something else. Call him something, I don't know, let's just call him Ted. Okay, so they find Ted, and basically they're trying to stop the Armada or whatever. And at the end, because at the end of Megaforce, you think they won, but they didn't win. And then they get captured at the end of it. Power Rangers have never gotten captured like that. And I mean, they've gotten captured, but not for a long period of time. So they get captured along with David Yost. He gets captured. And basically David Yost sends out a distress signal before he gets caught, which is intercepted by who? Divatox. If you don't know who Divatox is, she's the villain in Turbo, and she was also in space a little bit too. Divatox is the pirate bounty hunter type, but she was, after Zordon was destroyed in space, she became good. So she's good now. So now let's bring Divatox back. Let her be the mentor, and let her, basically the story would be like this. Okay, guys, she got to go and five more Rangers. She has to find 5 more. So she gets 5 more. This is the second set, which is voted by the fans, us the fans. The second set of Rangers, they come, because it took a long time before they started Super Megaforce. So this would have been perfect. So they bring back the second set of Rangers. They bring second set of Rangers in, and basically they kick ass. However, they still don't have the edge like the powers aren't active right. Remember, they couldn't keep the Super Megaforce forms that long. So what they do, we vote on a 6th Ranger. What 6th Ranger out there that wants to be involved, by the way, wants to be on this? It could be anybody. It could be Tommy. It could be this, that. Actually, I wouldn't let Tommy, because we're going to bring Tommy back in the Legendary War anyway. So we get all these people to vote for whoever 6th Ranger is. 6th Ranger comes in, epic. He has the Q-Rex, or better yet, we can even make it the Quantum Ranger if you want to, because the Q-Rex, it can be like, man, my Q-Rex, man, I haven't seen him in a long time. Oh, well, the Q-Rex is, something happened to him, so we got to give him an upgrade. Okay, now we have a Q-Rex. They called it the Q-Rex. It looked nothing like the Q-Rex. Not to mention, they also had legendary Zords that looked nothing like the Zords. Now, well, the Red Lion and the Dragon looked okay, but the RPM Runner or whatever it was, and the SPD Runner, I've never seen them damn cars before. Well, maybe SPD, I don't know. I have to watch that again. But all these other Zords, but the Ninja Storm Zord, well, I guess he was okay. But so you got all these weird looking Zords, especially the Q-Rex, because last I checked, the Q-Rex was red. This one was blue, and it looked different, but they called it the Q-Rex. But anyway, now the most important part of this is when they find the Megaforce team. They gotta fight this dude now, and the dude basically shoots out and Sensei, he gets a hold of all the keys, and so basically the keys get stolen. Divatox, who now we can call her Shannon, Divatox and Billy, they're in the command center. All the keys then got stolen because Billy's been gone. So this dude has all the keys, and now if you watch Sensei, you know what I'm talking about. He has the key. He's like, ha ha ha, I have the keys. Shoot him out, and this is all the Sensei. It's all, he said, this is all the Rangers, including the past Rangers that you've never known. Remember, we got the explanation for the Blitz powers and the Prism powers. So now we're on the same page. See? And then basically they fight them, a bunch of shit, and then now you have all the, basically you think you won, and everything's good, and all of a sudden that's when the Armada fleet comes in. Millions of people. They don't know what to do. They fight, and it's just a lot. And then they beat the first fleet, like they did in this one, in Megaforce, and in Super Megaforce, excuse me. But the second fleet comes, and they can't do it. Now their Zords are getting their ass kicked. Zords get destroyed. They don't know what to do. But we have Rangers from the past that are coming. More Rangers from the past coming. So basically, here's what it is. It should have been at least 2 Rangers from each season. I don't care how much it would have cost. That's the problem with the world today. It used to be, when TV used to come on, it was about quality. It was about, okay, let's give them the best season ever. You know what I'm saying? Because Ranger fans like me, I'm 34 years old. I know that sounds corny to some of y'all, but we Ranger fans are deep. There's a lot of us. All colors, all shapes. There's nothing better than bringing people together for a Power Ranger Morphicon, which I need to go to one. I really do. But anyway, So you get at least two Rangers from each season that come back for this mega war. You know what I'm saying? We can even have even hell, bring Bulk and Skull in. No, never mind, they can't come. But so then you have the epic war, and the story goes on. Billy becomes the new Zordon, and Divatox, she do good. She becomes. Remember Zordon, when Zordon first left, there was that female that came down that was in with the Turbo Rangers or whatever. Yeah, she comes back. So not to mention Alpha could have came back. So basically that's what I would have did different. Megaforce and Super Megaforce is the worst season of Power Rangers ever. Bar none. A lot of fanboys are saying that Operation Overdrive is still the worst. No, fuck no. I can watch Operation Overdrive. I can get into Operation Overdrive. The only reason why people don't like Operation Overdrive because they actually went above and beyond to be different with the rap theme song, with the way they kind of presented everything, the Red Ranger being a robot. Everything was kind of different, and it made sense, and I don't like the way Operation Overdrive ended either. That was kind of whack. But overall, Operation Overdrive is leaps and bounds better than Super Megaforce and Megaforce combined. I'll even go as far as to say VR Troopers is better than Megaforce and Super Megaforce. And I don't even like VR Troopers. That's corny as hell. The Knights of Trinanok is better than Megaforce and Super Megaforce, man. Big Bad Beetleborgs. I think I've watched more of that season, that show, than I have Megaforce, Super Megaforce. Now, I've heard from some Ranger fans that Saban doesn't care about the older fans. He just wants to sell. They just want to sell toys to the young kids. Okay. Now, young kids, granted, they got birthdays, Christmases, and whenever mama and daddy get a bonus. But who the hell do you think the parents are? Me and all the other 30-year-old Power Ranger fans that are out there. Yes, we're the parents. So if you got a good season and our kid, me and my kid can get into, ooh, daddy, I want to get the Pink Ranger. Okay, honey, I'll get the Red Ranger and we can have fun all day. Saban, you dropped the ball on this. You dropped the ball. I'm not looking forward to the Mega War. Even Jason David Frank kind of threw shade a little bit at Megaforce. With the Super Megaforce. He was like, I didn't know that was going to happen. Basically, y'all took what could have been the best Power Ranger series and ruined it. I hope it was worth it, man. Now, Dino Charge is coming up. And Dino Charge, the Sentai equivalent, is awesome. Their team up is awesome. If they do this team up right for Dino Charge, it has the potential to be better than Forever Red, in my opinion. But you know Saban's going to fuck it up. They're going to fuck it up. They're probably going to do some bullshit like Megaforce and Super Megaforce and I don't know. But yeah, that's just my rant about this, you know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, holla at your boy, man. Sorry I didn't get more theatrics in this one. I mean, I'm a Power Ranger fan, but I'm not a fanatic. I don't have my house covered in different Power Ranger toys and stuff like that. Nah, I just watch it, and I damn near know most every episode. I'm still learning trivia, so if I got something wrong, go ahead and let me know. And I can take constructive criticism. So, but anyway, I'm out, and may the power protect you. Porque